Good morning, children. This is lecture number 7 of Mathematics, Class 8, Chapter 8, Comparing Quantities. Let us see today's topics here in this lecture. First of all, I will give you the recap of previous concepts. We will recapitulate previous concepts. Then I will discuss homework solutions of previous lecture in detail so that you can do this exercise 8.3 in a more effective manner. So today I will give you the revision of the previous concepts and I will be discussing the homework solutions in detail so that you should have a better understanding of this chapter and the concepts used in those very questions completely. So let us revise what we have studied in the previous lecture. We have studied about the difference of simple interest and compound interest. This I am discussing again because this concept is very important and you should be very much clear about this concept. So what is the difference between SI, that is simple interest, and compound interest, that is CI? In case of simple interest, that is SI, principal remains same or constant for the whole loan period. As I have given you the examples earlier also, suppose you have borrowed certain amount of money for particular duration, and if that is being calculated on the basis of simple interest, then the principal will remain same for the particular time period. But in case of compound interest, as this is being calculated by financial institutions these days, in case of compound interest, the principal goes on changing every year. Every year the principal will keep on changing. So what will be the principal? The amount of the previous year will be the principal for the next year. We have understood this with the help of examples, and I hope this concept is clear to you. So in case of simple interest, principal remains same for the whole loan period, but in case of compound interest, the principal keeps on changing every year. The amount of the previous year becomes the principal for the next year. Then we have studied about conversion period. What is this conversion period? Let us see. The time period after which the interest is added each time. There is a particular time period after which interest is being added to form a new principal. So that is known as conversion period. So the time period after which the interest is added each time to form a new principal is called your conversion period. Let us see. If this specified period is 1 year, suppose that duration or the money borrowed is for 1 year, that is the interest is compounded annually. 1 year means annually we are talking about. So then there is one conversion period in a year. So the interest will be calculated, and the conversion period is the time period after which the interest is added each time to form a new principal. So if the specified period is 1 year, that is the interest is being compounded annually, then there is one conversion period in a year. We know it, we have understood. This is very simple to understand. So if this period is 6 months, the interest is being compounded semi-annually or half-yearly. In the previous slide, we have talked about 1 year, that is annual. And if we are talking about 6 months, that will be half-yearly. We are talking about the interest being compounded half-yearly, or we can say that is semi-annually. Then there are two conversion periods in a year, and half-yearly rate will be half of the annual rate. This we have seen what will be the effect on rate if we are calculating the interest being compounded half yearly, and time will be multiplied by 2. This we have understood in the previous lecture. I will be telling you the formulas once again because we are revising it properly now. So there are two conversion periods, and conversion period we know it is the time period after which the interest is added each time to form a new principal. That is a conversion period. So if the interest is being compounded half yearly or semi-annually, then there will be two conversion periods. Now if this period is 3 months, it means the interest is being compounded quarterly, and we know how many quarters are there in 1 year. There are 4 quarters, so 4 conversion periods. What is the duration for quarter? 3 months makes 1 quarter. So in a year 4 quarters are there. So 4 conversion periods will be there, and rate will be 1/4 of the annual rate or half of the half yearly rate. If we consider it with respect of half yearly rate, it will be half of the half yearly rate, or if we are considering it with respect to annual rate, then it will be 1/4 of the annual rate. So if the period is 6 months, the interest is being compounded semi-annually or half yearly, then there will be 2 conversion periods in a year. And if the period is 3 months, so how many quarters will be there? 4 quarters. So 4 conversion periods, and rate will be 1/4 of the annual rate. Now the formula for CI. Amount at the end of N or T. Yesterday I told you that you can take here N years or T years. For principal P, rate of interest is R% per annum when the interest is being compounded annually. Then what is the formula of amount here? First of all we will talk about, and then CI, that is simple compound interest. So the amount will be given by this principal bracket 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power N or T. You can take either N or T. Both are correct. Then CI will be given by this, compound interest will be given by this amount minus original principal here, or P simply you can write. So the formula for CI or amount when the interest is being compounded annually, where P is the principal, rate of interest is R% per annum, and time is given to you as N or T years, then this will be the formula. Amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power N or T you can say, and compound interest will be given by this formula, amount minus principal. Now when the compound interest is compounded half yearly, when we are talking about half yearly, then what will be the effect on this formula? Amount will be given by principal. There will be no effect on the principal. Principal will remain same here in the formula, but we have studied in detail that it will be the previous year amount. That will be the new principal. So in this, if you are using the formula directly, then no change will be there in the principal. But if you are finding it for separate years, that we like we have solved the examples in the previous lecture, and in the lecture before the previous lecture, that is lecture number 4, 5 and 6. The examples which I have covered in lecture number 5 and 6 will make you more clear if you are doing it step by step. Otherwise, if you are using this formula, then directly put the value of P here. R which is given to you will be divided by 2, like here this in this case, or N or T if you are taking, either you can take 2T or you can take 2N, then that will be multiplied by 2. So if the interest is a compound interest is compounded half yearly, then rate will be divided by 2, time will be multiplied by 2, and compound interest will be given by amount minus principal, where P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest, and N or T is the number of years. P is the principal amount. Now, when the interest is compounded quarterly, if we are talking about quarterly, if the interest is being compounded quarterly, then what will be the effect on rate? Rate will be divided by 4, as there are 4 quarters in a year, 4 conversion periods. So rate will be divided by 4. Time will be multiplied by 4. You can take 4N or you can take 4T. Both are, you can take either of these two. Both are correct. Then compound interest will be given by this formula, amount minus principal. So I hope all the 3 formulas are clear to you. So in the case when it is compounded annually, simple formula, amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power N or T you can take, and compound interest will be given by amount minus principal. If the interest is being compounded half yearly, then rate will be divided by 2 and time will be multiplied by 2. Or those students, those who are comfortable in calculating the conversion periods directly, they can calculate it directly, like I have shown you in the example covered in lecture number 6. And when the compound interest is being compounded quarterly, then rate will be divided by 4 and time will be multiplied by 4, and compound interest will be given by amount minus principal. So where P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest, and N or T is the number of years. So we have revised what we have discussed in the previous lecture. Now coming to the homework solutions of exercise 8.3 from NCERT book. Question number 1 is calculate the amount and compound interest on, first part is rupees 10,800 for 3 years at 12 by 2% per annum compounded annually. This point is very important to note. You need to see whether it is compounded annually, whether it is compounded half yearly. As I told you that in your NCERT book, only the questions related to compounded annually and compounded half yearly are given to you, but I have told you the additional concept of compounded quarterly. So let us see. So solution is, principal is given to you. You are supposed to write properly what is given to you, what is to be calculated, then the formula, and then keep on putting the values in your notebook. So principal is 10,800. N, that is 3 years. Rate of interest is given to you as 12 by 2%. After converting it into a rational number, that will be 25 by 2% per annum. And we know the compound formula is given by, as the interest is being compounded annually, then amount is equal to principal bracket 1 plus r over 100 raised to the power n. So simply you are supposed to put the values. 10,800 is the principal, 1 plus 25 over 2 is the rate of interest raised to the power 3 into 100 in the denominator. So it will be 10,800 into 1 plus 25 over 200 raised to the power 3. Now you are supposed to solve the bracket. After solving the bracket, you will be getting 200 plus 25 over 200 raised to the power 3. Then as the power of this number is 3, so this number will be written 3 times. So you will be writing 225 over 200 3 times because the power is given to you as 3. And then after solving, you will be getting the result as 15,377 decimal 34. This will be your amount. And compound interest is given by this formula, amount minus principal. Amount we have calculated 15,377 decimal 34 minus this was the principal given to you in the question. So it will be 4,577 decimal 34. This is your answer. So this was very simple. Simply you are supposed to put the values of principal, rate of interest and time, and then keep on calculating using the formula, and then you will be getting the result. So the amount we have seen in the previous slide, this is the amount, and the compound interest is 4,577 decimal 34. This is your answer. Coming to second part, here the principal is 18,000, time is 2.5 years, rate is 10% compounded annually. Dear children, whenever time is given to you like this, that 2.5 years, and you are supposed to find the interest when it is being compounded annually, then in that case, first of all, you will calculate the compound interest for 2 years. Here in this case, as 1.5 is given to you, first of all, you will calculate the interest for this number of years, that is 2 years, and then using the simple interest formula, you will be calculating the interest for half years. I will show you in this question. So principal is given to you as 18,000. N, that is time, is given to you as 2.5 years. Rate is given to you as 10%. It is the case of finding the interest compounded annually. This is the another type of question when the interest is compounded annually and time is given to you in this manner, like 2.5 years, 3.5 years, 1.5 years likewise. Then you will be using this method which I am going to show you in this solution. Then amount is equal to, you will be using this formula. As I told you that if this sort of question is given and interest is being compounded annually, then you will be calculating the compound interest amount for 2 years first. Here in this case, it can be 1.5 years, it can be 3.5 years. So here in this case, you will be calculating, or you will be taking n is equal to 2. Putting the values, it will be 18,000 bracket 1 plus 10 over 100 raised to the power 2. So we have put the values of principal, rate and time. So after solving the bracket, we will be getting 100 plus 10 over 100 raised to the power 2. Then it will be 18,000 into 110 over 100 into 110 over 100, because time is 2. So this factor will be written 2 times, 110 over 100, 110 over 100 into 18,000. And then after solving, you will be getting the answer as 21,780. Now, as I told you, that amount we have calculated for 2 years. Next, I need to, this amount will be the principal for next 1 by 2 year. So this will be the principal for the next year, next half year, and this is the concept of compound interest only. And then we will be using the formula of simple interest, and this will be our principal, which is the amount of the previous 2 years. So 21,780 into rate of interest is 10 into 1 over 2 number of years, that is half. We need to find out for half year. So it will be 1 by 2 into 100. 100 is already there in the formula, that is P into R into T over 100. This is the formula of simple interest. So we have put the values in the formula, and then we will be calculating the simple interest. It will be 1089. This will be the simple interest for half year. Now the amount for total 2.5 years we need to calculate. So this was the amount for the 2 years, and this simple interest formula, using simple interest formula, we have calculated the interest for this half year, and this will be the interest for half year, that is 1089. And here children, we have taken the principal as 21,780. So the total amount after 2.5 years will be the addition of these two, and you will be getting 22,869. So the amount after 2.5 years will be 22,860. Then we need to find the compound interest after 2 years. So formula is amount minus original principal. So it will be 22,869 minus original principal. Original principal is 18,000. So we need to subtract these two, and your answer will be 4,869. So this is the compound interest after 2.5 years. Now coming to third part. In the third part, principal is 62,500. Time is given to you as 1.5 years, and 8% per annum, this is the rate of interest, and the interest is being compounded half yearly. So we know what will be the effect on rate and time when it is compounded half yearly. Let us see now. This is the principal given to you. This is the time given to you, that is 1.5 years, and this is the rate of interest given to you. So we know that rate will be divided by 2 when it is when the interest is being compounded half yearly, and time is being multiplied by 2. So rate is given to you as 8%. So it will be 8 divided by 2, that will be 4%. Time is given to you as 1.5 years. So it will be 3 by 2 years into 2. As I told you that time is being multiplied by 2. So time will be 3 years now, as the interest is being compounded half yearly. Putting the values, amount will be principal into 1 plus R over 100. R, that we have divided it by 2, that is 8 over 2, that will be 4. And time was 3 by 2 years. We have solved it. So it will be 3 years. Putting the values here in this formula. So you will be getting 100 plus 4 over 100 raised to the power of 3 into 62,500. So it will be 62,500 into 104 over 100 into 104 over 100 into 104 over 100. Total for 3 times we need to multiply this with 62,500. So the answer will be, after solving, you will be getting 70,304. So this is the amount. Now we need to find out the compound interest. So it will be amount minus principal. So 70,304 is the amount we have calculated, and 62,500 is the principal given to us in the question. So that compound interest will be 7,804. So I hope all the 3 parts are clear to you. One part was the case when we are supposed to find the amount and compound interest when the interest is being compounded annually. And when second case was also same, but the difference was of time. When the time was given to you like 2.5 years, it can be 1.5 years, it can be 3.5 years. And this is the third part where that we are supposed to find the interest being compounded half yearly. Now coming to fourth part, this is similar to, or this is same as part 3. So just I am giving you the hint how to proceed, and you are supposed to solve it yourself. So here in this case, principal is 8,000. Rate of interest is 9 by 2%. Why we have taken 9 by 2%? Because when the interest is being compounded half yearly, we need to divide it by 2, and time will be multiplied by 2. Time here it is given to you as 1 year, so it will be 1 into 2, that will be equal to 2 half years. So this is the formula to calculate amount. We know principal into 1 plus r over 100 raised to the power n. Dear children, here in this formula I have already solved rate and time because it was being compounded half yearly. If you are not solving it in advance, then you can use the formula amount is equal to 1 plus r over 2 into 100 raised to the power 2n. That is the formula for amount formula for when the interest is being compounded half yearly. Here I have already solved it in the previous slide. I have taken already the half of this rate and I have multiplied time by 2. That is why I am using this simple formula. And then compound interest, using this formula you can calculate the compound interest. Now fifth part is principal is 10,000, time is 1 year, amount rate of interest is 8% per annum, and the interest is being compounded half yearly. Here again I am calculating it. First of all, principal is 10,000, rate I am taking it 4% per annum, and then I am calculating it. N is equal to 1 year given to us, and we know that in case of compound interest being compounded half yearly, we need to multiply the time by 2, so it will be 2 half years or 2 years. Then putting the values in this formula simply, you will be able to get the amount, and compound interest, it will be amount minus principal. Now question number 2 says Kamla borrowed rupees 26,400 from a bank to buy a scooter at a rate of 15% per annum compounded yearly. Yearly means that is compounded annually. It is one and the same thing. What amount will she pay at the end of 2 years and 4 months to clear the loan? Children, this part or this question is exactly similar to question number 1 second part. So we will be following that same method. Principal here is 26,400. Rate of interest is 15% per annum. Time is given to you as 2 years and 4 months. So let us see the solution of this part, this question. So principal is given to you as 26,400. Time is given to you as 2 years and 4 months. Rate is given to you as 15% per annum. My dear children, as I told you that this question is exactly similar to question number 1 second part. So we need to first of all calculate the amount for 2 years, and that particular amount will be the principal for next 4 months. Let us see. We are using the formula amount is given by principal into 1 plus r over 100 raised to the power n. Then putting the values in the formula, it will be 26,400 into 1 plus r, that is 15 over 100 raised to the power 2. Then solving the bracket, it will be 100 plus 15 over 100 raised to the power 2. And then 26,400 into multiplied by 115 over 100 into 115 over 100 2 times, because the time first of all we are taking 2 years. Then 26,400 into 23 over 20 into 23 over 20 after cancelling out. Then you will be getting the amount as 34,914. Now this will be the principal for 4 months. Now we have converted 4 months into 4 by 12 years. That will be 1 over 3 years. So the principal for 4 by 12 years or 1 over 3 years or 4 months. We have converted 4 months into years. So it will be rupees 34,914. So SI for 4 by 12 years or 1 by 3 years, it will be principal P into R is given to you as 15 into T. T here is 1 over 3 into 100 is already there in the denominator in the formula. So we have put the values here. Now if I will be calculating it, it will be 1745.70. So the interest for 1 by 3 years or 4 by 12 year, it will be 1745.70. So the amount after 2.5 years, this was the previous amount for 2 years, and this is the amount we have calculated, or simple interest, using simple interest formula we have calculated it for the next 4 months. So it will be 1745.70. So total is 36,659.70. So the amount after 2.5 years is this one. This is the amount. So the amount to be paid by Kamala is, this is the amount. Now coming to question number 3. Question number 3 is very important because here in this question we are using both the concepts. That is the concept of simple interest and compound interest, because it is written the interest is being compounded annually. There are two girls basically, Fabina and Radha. For one, the interest is being calculated according to simple interest norms, and for Radha the interest is being compounded annually. So let us see who pays more interest and by how much. So case 1 I have taken for Fabina. For Fabina and for Radha, the principal is same. This is the principal for both, that is rupees 12,500. And for Fabina, the rate of interest is 12% and time is 3 years. And for Radha, the rate of interest is 10% and time is same, that is 3 years. So let us see, let us solve now. Then principal I have written 12,500, rate is 12% per annum, n is given to you as 3 years. So putting the values in simple interest formula, P into R into T over 100. Putting the values in the formula, you will be getting the answer 4,500 is the simple interest paid by Fabina for 3 years. Now case 2 is for Radha. For Radha, the principal is again same, that is 12,500. Rate is 10% per annum. For Fabina, it was 12% per annum. Time is same, that is 3 years. So we know the formula that amount is given by principal into 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power n. So putting the values in the formula, it will be amount is principal is 12,500 into 1 plus 10 over 100, because the rate of interest is 10% in this case. Time is same, that is 3 years. So solving the bracket, it will be 100 plus 10 over 100 raised to the power 3, and it will be multiplied further by 12,500. Then it will be 12,500 into this factor, this number will be this 110 over 100 will be written 3 times. Then after cancelling out or after solving, you will be getting 12,500 into 11 over 10 into 11 over 10 into 11 over 10. So you know, all of you know the cube of 11, or you can solve it in your own way also. So it will be 12,500 into 1,331 over 1000. So it will be 16,637.50. So this is the amount paid by second girl, that is Radha. And we need to calculate, or we need to compare the simple interest and compound interest. So the compound interest will be given by amount minus principal. So it will be 4,137.70. So children, who has paid more interest? And we know that we have seen that the interest of simple interest being paid by Fabina was 4,500. Paid by Radha, it is 4,137.50. So Fabina paid more interest than Radha, but by how much? How will you find out this? By taking the difference of these two. So it will be 4,500 minus 4,137.50. It will give you 362.50. So children, you are supposed to complete exercise 8.3, question number 1, 2 and 3 only. Those I have given you earlier, so you must have completed, or if you have not completed, complete it from with the help of these solutions. Now coming to today's homework, your homework is you are supposed to complete question number 4 to 9 of exercise 8.3 in your homework notebook. This homework is from NCERT book, so you are supposed to complete question 4 to 9 of exercise 8.3 in your homework notebook. In the next lecture, I will be discussing the applications of compound interest. Thank you so much.